how to clean your room / room organization video. And I know as a teenager it's really easy to get your room really messy, so today I'm just going to share with you guys some steps and organization tips, like all that kind of stuff. If you guys haven't seen my past 2 videos on DIY room organization, I will leave the links to that down below because those also have some pretty cool tips and DIYs. And also I wanted to quickly mention about my shirt. So many of you guys have been asking where I got my shirt. It's a pineapple one. I actually made it, and I made it without transfer paper. I actually used sandpaper, so if you want to check out how I made this shirt, then I will leave the link to that in the description box. If you like this video at any time, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave me a comment down below. And if you're new here and you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe because I would really appreciate that. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
Bye, baby.
So the first step you want to do is start out with a messy room, and being the lazy teenager that I am, this was pretty darn easy. And I know we don't like to clean our rooms, but sometimes we just gotta do it. But the real first step is to make your bed, and I know everyone says this, but it honestly does make your room look that much cleaner, and it'll motivate you to continue cleaning the rest of your room. So if you're anything like me, one of the main reasons why your room is messy is because everything is sprawled out onto the floor. So the next step is to pick up everything and put it onto a higher surface, like your table, your bed, or a chair, because then you'll actually be able to see the ground, and then you can keep walking around to keep organizing. After that, I focus on one part of my room to clean, so I decided to clean or organize my clothes. You can choose whichever part of your room first, but basically I organize that into clean clothes and dirty clothes, and then take all my dirty clothes and go put them in the washing machine so that they're clean again. As for all of my clean clothes, I just hang them up and put them wherever they belong. So I'm just going to show you guys how I store everything. So I put all my scarves on the back of my door and put my shorts into my cabinet. And then I put all of my long pants in one shelf. And then on another shelf I put all of my shirts that don't wrinkle really easily so that I can fold them and it'll be no problem. A tip to make your closet look neater is to make sure that all your shirts and hangers are facing the same way, and that'll just make your closet look a lot more organized. But it would probably help if you had matching hangers, which I currently don't have, which I should probably get. And by the end of that, if you realize you have some clothes that you never wear anymore, you can donate them. So I'm piling up all of the clothes that I don't like to wear anymore and putting that into a bag. Now let's move on to shelves. So little random things always seem to pile up onto my shelves, and to make that a little neater and to organize it, I'm going to take a decorative box, and this is a great way to hide all the things that make your shelves messy. I'm just using an old box that I found that happened to be really pretty, but you can just take a shoebox and decorate it how you like, and it's a good idea to put all the same things together. Like here I'm putting all of my boxes together, and that'll just make everything look a lot more organized. And to kind of hide the messiness and just add a little bit of decoration, I'm adding a pom-pom garland. So here's my shelf top that gets messy super easily. So first I'm just gonna clear off everything that doesn't belong there and make sure that I have a clean surface to work with. So basically the trick is to put enough room decor on your shelf top so that you can't put other stuff on it to make it cluttery. Obviously this isn't a flawless strategy, but every time you look at this decor you'll be reminded that you're not supposed to put other things on it. As for the rest of my shelf, I'm just going to organize it like you normally would and putting everything back into its place. So I have this paper organizer which is super useful, so I would definitely recommend getting one if you have a lot of paper. So that is it for my shelves. Now let's move on to the desk, and that is looking pretty scary right now. So we're just gonna tackle this monster by first taking out all the garbage and all of the recycling. So I'm taking all the paper and putting it into a box, and make sure to recycle that because you don't want to burn that in the landfills. If you have stuff on your desk that doesn't belong in your room, now would be a good time to take those out to the proper storing location. So I'm just gonna do that right now. If you have a lot of paper that has one side blank, you can probably use that as scrap paper. So I took a shoebox and put all of that paper in it, and I usually just store it under my bed because it's easy access and that'll just keep it off of your desk and stuff. As for organizing other things on your desk, you can take these little bins, and I took all of these party things that I happen to have on my desk, and I actually ended up putting this bin on my shelf, but it's still a good way to organize all your things, and then just continue putting everything back into its place. As for all of these highlighters and all these index cards, I'm going to put that back into my desk organizer, and I actually made this in my last DIY room organization video. I actually used a cardboard box to make it, and it was super simple. So if you want to check out how to make that, then check the link in the description. If you have a lot of little random things lying around on your desk, instead of using a plain jar, use a cute one instead to disguise it, and it also acts like room decor. And after organizing, your desk should be clean. So now I'm just going to share with you guys some storage ideas to save space in your room. So the first idea is using backpacks or bags. I think this is an awesome idea, not only because it keeps the shape of the backpack, but obviously also acts as storage. And here I'm using this drawstring bag to store all of my hats. Another way to save room is using suitcases. So if you have suitcases lying around your room, that can act as a huge storage space because it's just empty and you can put a lot of stuff in there. So here I'm just putting in my light bulbs and other boxes, and yeah. So after you have finished organizing and cleaning your room, the last step is to just vacuum the floor, and that is it. Your room should be not pristine, but it should be pretty organized. Well, at least a lot more organized than what you started with. Yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And that is about it. I will see you guys next time. Bye!